everybody. Happy October. We are here for our fall or October cooking class. We are going to have a lot of fun today to make some chili and some fun festive treats. I have on my left over here, I have the witch, my Charlie, and then we have witch Sharon. So let's get rocking.
All right. So today we're going to be making 3 recipes, and so today we will be starting with the sweet potato chili recipe that does not have any beans in it. It's a little different type of recipe for chili. And then we're going to go into making our creepy vegetable crudité cups with some very cool additions that Charlie's going to help us with. Yep. And then our third thing, we're going to make these mandarin orange pumpkins. And then we'll be talking a little about type 1 diabetes tips and Halloween.
And walking around and candy choices, and stay tuned.
Yeah.
Let's rock it.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to get started by just reading the ingredients here for the chili. So we are going to need about 20 ounces, a pound to 20 ounces, I'm going to say, of either ground chicken or ground turkey, your choice. All right. And then we'll be adding just some salt to taste. We'll be adding about a half a cup of chopped onion. We'll be chopping that in a second. We're also going to add 3 cloves of garlic that are chopped up. We're going to add 10-ounce can of diced tomatoes, also about 8 ounces of tomato sauce. And then we're going to add a little water. And then our spices come into play. So we'll be adding some cumin, about a half a teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, a bay leaf, and then we're going to chop up a medium sweet potato that's going to be peeled and diced. And then we're going to use some fresh cilantro at the end just to garnish it. So, all right, so Charlie is going to be our chef assistant here, and he is going to be browning the chicken. So the first thing is we've got a big pot here, and we're going to try to turn it on high heat. All right, I have a little olive oil in the bottom of the pot just so that the turkey or the chicken doesn't really stick to it. All right. And you might notice that when you use different types of ground chicken or ground turkey, there's some more fat in some of the types that you get. You know, you can get ground chicken that's just the chicken breast and it's very lean. And if you put it into a hot pot to start browning it, it sticks to the bottom, and that makes it really difficult, right? Whereas if you use ground turkey, there's a little more inherent fat in that meat, and it doesn't quite stick as much, right? So you really just want to, make sure that your meat doesn't stick. You really want to get it hot before you put the meat in, just to really get that sizzle.
Oh, see, I never
going.
I always just plop it in and then it sticks, which makes good sense now.
Yeah. So we're gonna just get that hot. You can kind of tell as soon as the oil starts to flow a little faster. All right, Charlie, you're gonna have the honor of the big spoon, and we're gonna go ahead and dump it in. Ready?
Whip it in.
There you go. Break it on up. All right.
Awesome.
So while Charlie is hard at work doing that, we're going to be chopping some garlic and some onion. So Gretchen, go ahead and you can just go right on the back. I'm just going to go ahead and dice the onion.
That's right.
Oh yeah. So when you're browning your meat, you really want to just stir it around, really break it up, break those big pieces up. We're gonna do a little pounding.
Make sure they're all brown and no red left.
Yep, right. You definitely want to have the meat thoroughly cooked.
Thanks. Appreciate the support, bud. Garlic is so yummy. I need to. I'll try these.
Nice. Yeah. And so, Charlie, can you read the instructions out loud? Steps.
So
Step one.
step one. In a large skillet, brown turkey over medium-high heat, breaking it up as it cooks into smaller pieces and season it with salt.
What's step two?
When meat is browned and cooked through, add onion and garlic. Cook 3 minutes over medium heat.
I'm just throwing in some salt.
Step 3. Add the can of rotel tomatoes, sweet potato, tomato sauce, water, cumin, and chili powder, paprika, salt, and bay leaves. Step 4. Cover and simmer over medium-low heat until potatoes are soft and cooked through.
Awesome.
About 25 minutes, stirring occasionally.
All right.
And then-
So how's your meat looking?
Pretty good.
I see it's still a little pink
bit of
right
pink.
there. So let's break that on. Spread it all out so it's nice and one trick is to spread out the meat so it's a thin layer across the whole pan, and then it'll get the most heat exposure.
Nice job, bud.
Very good.
And we're using kind of like a cauldron today.
Yep,
this
this
our,
is
our
cast
wicked
iron-
cauldron.
cast iron pot. Very good, yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of evenly spread that around. Very good job. All right. And this is a great recipe for trick-or-treating night.
Yes.
You know, to have
Yeah.
something ready to
Pre-made.
go, right? You could also do what we call batch cooking with this recipe and double it. So you could do a double batch and then eat one of the servings or half the batch today, and then freeze the other half for Halloween night.
whenever you
So
need it,
or
right.
whenever, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you need it. That's pretty good.
That's great.
All right, you guys. So the next thing is we're gonna add garlic and onions.
Want to do that?
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna scoop it into my hand shortly just because it's there we go. And then you can go ahead and stir it in.
And then how much onion was that, Sharon? I can't remember what it was.
That was
Half a
half.
cup. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
And then what do we do next, bud?
Next,
Get this brown, cooks through. Add onion and garlic. Number 3, add
add
can of
can of
rotel.
rotel tomatoes.
So that is this right here. So go right ahead and put that right in.
And I'm just cutting the sweet potato while you guys are doing that. So I'm just
Awesome.
I have this peeled sweet potato and I'm cutting it lengthwise first, and then I'm cutting it into long strips with a pretty big butcher knife, right? And just really using the butt of the knife because that's really where the strength of the knife is. And then just turn it 90 degrees. And so you're gonna put half that can in. So 1 cup of tomato sauce, that's 2 cups, so half the can. And another trick for just not wasting food is if we have this half a can left over of tomato sauce, we can pour that into a plastic container and you can freeze that, right? So that you don't waste anything. So, all
And
right.
sometimes we make those long sweet potato cuts and then make fries. We bake fries.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're delish.
Yeah.
Delish.
Toss those in.
A little olive oil, a little seasoning. Super yum.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else we're supposed to add here, buddy? I'm kind of thinking spicy.
Paprika,
Okay.
some water.
So how much?
Oh yeah, water.
How much paprika should we do?
We need 1/4 of a tablespoon of paprika.
1/4 of a tablespoon or
Tablespoon
teaspoon?
or teaspoon? Yeah.
Yeah.
TSP.
So you can
Yes.
slide that. Yep.
There we go. Oops. We see here. So
And how much water, Charlie?
1/4.
We need 3/4 of a cup of water.
Okay, would you like to put that in? There's your paprika.
And here's the water. All right.
I always like to put the things off to the side after I've used them because
Yeah.
I'm afraid I didn't
We need
remember to put it in.
We need some cumin.
All right, found some
How much?
cumin. How much do we need?
We need half a teaspoon.
Okay, can you find a half teaspoon? There you go, perfect. Let's show everybody on here after you. Good.
Yep.
Good.
I would say the cumin is like really important in this recipe. It really makes the chili like significant flavor. Yeah. You guys do it right over the pot. Perfect. All right. And then chili powder is next, right?
We need a fourth of a teaspoon of chili powder.
Okay. Doesn't get too hot.
So good already.
Awesome.
Good job,
And then was there something else?
We need bay leaf.
Right. And does anybody know like what the bay leaf is?
I was gonna ask that question, but I know that you're not supposed to eat it.
You're not supposed to eat it. It takes away a little bit of the bitterness from the meat and stuff. Yeah. So it's really just, yeah. And you remove it before you serve it so that nobody chokes on the bay leaf, because it is definitely a spiky kind of thing. All right, we're gonna put the top on it now and really blast it with heat. All right. Right there. Awesome. All right. So our next recipe is going to be our creepy vegetable crudité cups. Charlie, do you want to show us what the special additions are that are going to make these kind of creepy?
And lay 'em right here, but
We got
What do we got there?
got a
spider, a skeleton, and an eyeball.
Awesome.
All right, so we're gonna make 3 cups here. It's really helpful to have clear cups, and these are really handy because you can just walk on the go with these.
Yep.
You know, it's like if
Yep.
you're having a pre-trick-or-treating party in the house or get together with your friends, you know, you can just serve them and everybody can just walk around with them.
Little
So
appetizer.
yeah, so this is kind of very flexible. You can do whatever you want. So I've got some celery sticks that I'm just gonna, and really the key is that you want them to kind of be the height of your cup. So you don't want them too short. All right. And then I've got, let's see.
You want to
We're gonna
arrange
cut
this?
some. Yep. First, we're gonna do another thing, Charlie. We're gonna add in the hummus. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna give this a stir. Hummus. I love hummus. Sorry.
Love hummus, huh?
This is the hummus that has some seasoning on the top. Okay. And so we're gonna add like a good spoonful, heaping spoonful into
Okay.
each of the bottom of the cups. Do that.
So that will be the dip.
Yep. And if you didn't want to do hummus, and the trick is to try to get it in the bottom.
Yep.
You know, you could do what else could you do? You could do ranch,
Ranch, you can
Caesar dressing.
What did you have at your snack today?
guacamole.
Guacamole, right? And all of those kind of serve as the fat part, healthy fat part of the snack,
Right.
right? And so remember our paired snacks, right? So this is our green light vegetable, and when we pair it with healthy fat, that leaves a longer lasting fuel.
I love that.
Right.
And it will give you the energy to walk around on Halloween because you're gonna be busy.
Another trick is now we've got a red pepper here, right? And I'm just gonna cut this pepper in half, starting at the top, like near the stem, and then I'm gonna go all the way around. And then I'm gonna pull it apart. That. Okay. And then I'm just gonna grab the seeds with my finger and kind of yank that out. And then that kind of creates much less of a mess.
So I have a pepper every day when it's part of my snack, and I make a mess, and I don't cut it that way.
And then I'm just gonna cut the ribbing out.
strips. You want to put celery in each one?
I'll put this. Something. Don't.
That's something that you don't eat, that's the skeleton? All right. So then we're just gonna do kind of long strips of our pepper.
Oh, I can hear it.
I know.
I know.
Sounds so good, right?
Yeah, we're gonna check on it in a second. So now you're gonna assemble. Kind of try to do like even, like the same amount of each thing in each cup.
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
So everybody
you have
gets the same.
3 celeries, then you know, like same amount roughly.
Oh, look at that. She's just 3 and 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
You're taking over the edge of the middle.
Yep.
Perfect.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2.
Okay.
Nice.
Good math, my friend. Good
Yeah.
math.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Now I think you're
Now-
a magician.
Now what's
I love those. That's so cute.
So I just got these at the Halloween store and just wash them with soapy water and kind of mix
on the
them
side.
in.
Like
Like,
hang on the side.
yep, you can toss your eyeball in there and the skeleton. There's like a spider.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
dipped right
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
Nice.
I like that.
Nice.
So fun.
Very nice. I
Oh,
love
he's hanging
that.
on there.
Oh,
That was
wow. That
awesome.
looks so good.
That was fabulous. Good job. Nice.
All right.
addition.
Let's check on our chili. So it's really cooking away here. So we're gonna give this a little stir. The point is that we really just want the sweet potato to get softened because everything else
Okay.
is cooking away. So just gonna keep cooking. You can kind of have the lid half off or like a little off so that it's still hot enough to really cook quick,
Okay.
but some of the steam will come off too and that will thicken it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
So that
You had said that. You said it's very watery, but
Yeah.
watch by the end.
The longer that you cook it with the lid off, the thicker it's gonna get.
Awesome. Okay.
And if you wanted to, you certainly could add a can of black beans into this. You could, you know, you don't even have to drain them, just throw the whole can in.
Oh, okay.
And again, just cook it with the lid off for a little while and it will be perfect.
I love me.
You might need to add a little more spice. So because you're adding a little more volume, you might want to play around and add a little more cumin and a little more
Okay.
paprika and you know, just like play around with the
And what if you got like flavored beans? You know, like beans
Yep,
that
you
have
can do
some
that
spice
too.
in it too. You can
Yep.
do that. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
All right,
Awesome.
Charlie. So our third
Alright.
thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be peeling our clementines and we're going to go ahead and make our little clementine pumpkins. All right. And we need like a little celery. So we were making 4 of these.
We're over here
Alright.
just peeling.
And so you just need thinner stalks here. Okay. And this is such a nice low
I
sugar
love it.
snack,
Refreshing.
you know. Really fun to make a whole platter of these and bring this again to like a school party or anything that's got a Halloween theme. And yeah. So I'm gonna get a plate. Our little Charlie, I'm gonna have you do the honors of sticking the stems in the hole. Okay, yeah. Let's see. That's cool.
Oh, I love it. So fun.
Yeah.
So fun and easy.
And
I
these
mean,
are
this
so
is all
easy,
so easy.
right? Right?
I can even do it. Pretty impressive. There we go. Perfect.
There you go. All right. And we've included the carb counts in the recipes for this class, so everybody has that. And so very easy to figure
That
out.
actually looks like a pumpkin.
It does look like a pumpkin. That's pretty cool.
I love that.
Oh, so let's just give this another stir.
right?
It's cooking away.
Well, while it's cooking, then maybe we should go over just some ideas. Oh, sorry, I just got a message that we didn't get, just got the link, not the recipes. We will, if you want to just put your name, your information in the chat, with your email address, I can email them out to you. Okay. But let's look here on what we have. So this is what this is what we just made.
Yeah.
In the pictures,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So thinking of type 1 diabetes, we want a scare-free Halloween. So what's the best part of your Halloween, Charlie? What do you and your friends do all night long? It's minus the candy. What do you guys do?
Walk around,
Walk or what?
walk, jog.
And run, right? So running around during the evening. So certainly you want to be safe, right? We have our glow in the dark gear that we have, flashlights, etc. But making sure that we have maybe eaten a little something or we're covering for that exercise, because I'm guessing that we're not running around like we run around on Halloween every night, right? So we want to make sure that the excitement, the activity certainly can cause some low blood glucose values. So want to make sure that you're bringing some treatment with you, some glucose tabs, some gummies. You're probably going to get some while you're treating, trick or treating. We'll talk a little bit more of those. But the other thing to think about is if you're pumping, is that you could use activity mode or exercise mode. And certainly you can talk with your team if you need help on figuring that piece out. But ideally, if you're using a pump, you'd want to set it about 2 hours before you head out. Okay. 1 to 2 hours, and before you're giving insulin for your dinner. Because when you're giving insulin for your dinner, it's going to also back off a little bit on that carb coverage or correction, I should say, if your target is a little bit higher. So making sure that you have, you're prepared, making sure that you have any type of stash of fast acting carbs, that their costume is pretty comfy and that your pump is accessible if you were to wear a pump, whether it's in a pocket or if you're lucky to have a phone controller, and making sure that you have a plan. Having a discussion with your child before you go is, we're going to come home and we'll sort out the candy, instead of eat from house to house to house.
That's a really important thing.
And that's not a healthy choice for anybody who's trick-or-treating.
And it's hard to figure out the carbs that you're eating if you're eating it on the go, right? Because you're not exactly aware of how much you're eating. So that's another thing, is like really thinking about eating a good protein sourced dinner.
Yep.
Or at least protein rich snack before you go out. And that way, that will also give you that long lasting fuel that will prevent having a high. So maybe not having a macaroni and cheese dinner, but instead having something like this, where it's more protein and veggies, and a little sweet potato is the carb, but otherwise, that gives you a little more of that lower carb, longer lasting protein to get ready for those higher glycemic carbs that are going to probably be coming.
And it's also going to fill your belly a little more, right? Like the last thing anybody should be doing on Halloween is be hungry when you're heading out there, right? Because then everything looks good. And making sure that, in the slide it says take inventory. I just think, having that open discussion of, if you have diabetes, you can have candy. It's not that we have to take it away, but it's in moderation. And let's make sure that we have it at certain times and cover for it with insulin. And then we talk about what the carbs are. This is just one of the resources that we found online. But it really is, it's fascinating. So Charlie, in this list over here, if you could pick any of these Halloween treats, if you were heading up to the door in your your umpire uniform, which is what you're going to be for Halloween, the dancing umpire, and you chose one of these, what would it be?
Maybe candy corn. I really like candy.
The candy corn. So how many carbs are in candy corn?
28 grams carbs.
And
15 pieces.
Nice job.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like a detective right here, right? Reading those nutrition labels, you really have to figure out what the serving size is and how many grams of carbohydrate. I would choose either a fun size M&M peanuts for 11 grams, or maybe a snack size Reese's cup for 12.
Oh, those are good.
I think those, yeah. Those
I think I would choose that. Or
Those
maybe a Snickers. Yeah.
Oh, Snickers. Okay, what is
And
Snickers?
Is 10 grams for the fun size.
Oh, the fun size.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing to think about is for our patients that have the dual diagnosis with celiac disease, you can go to the Celiac Kids Connection Facebook page or website, and they have that list right now listed so that you can see the carb grams amounts, as well as the ones that are gluten-free.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great
And
resource.
sometimes you'll see in some of the houses around the neighborhood a teal pumpkin on their doorstep. Do you know what that means, Sharon? Teal pumpkin. So when people have a teal pumpkin out, that's usually a sign that they have Halloween treats that are respectful for food allergies.
Allergy friendly. Yeah, that's wonderful.
So that's another kind of thing.
So that may be the fun, the fun plastic rings or other alternative pieces. So speaking of alternatives, Halloween is all about candy, unfortunately. But let's try to change our focus. Having a party focusing on costumes, watching Halloween movies. We had an outdoor movie evening the other day, and so fun. Yeah. Decorating or even cooking your pumpkins. I'd love to do the pumpkin seeds. Carve our
They're
pumpkins.
so
and make
nutritious
our
for you
seeds.
too. Roasted pumpkin seeds are very, very nutritious.
Yep. And even if you have little goodie bags, so the teal pumpkins, right? So if you have little goodie bags with alternatives, tattoos, and just fun stickers or things like that. The other thing that, and it's not on this slide, but it was something called the switch witch.
I was gonna say
Right?
the switch witch is great.
Yeah.
The
tell
switch
us about the switch witch. What is that?
Yeah, so you basically come home from trick-or-treating, you can choose like your maybe top 10 candies, and then you put everything else outside your door when you go to sleep at night. The switch witch comes and scoops up your candy and swaps it out for another special thing that's not candy. And then she flies across the ocean and gives the candy to people in need.
I love that.
Yep. So the switch witch is great.
I
think she's friends with the tooth fairy.
Well, she should be, because she's keeping her in business. The other thing we do, I know at Charlie's school, is we have a candy collection. Starts the day after Halloween, and we send it all to the troops, which is kind of a neat idea too. So really helping us all remember that that it's nice to share, and we don't need everything that we get. It's fun, it's really a competition and fun activity for Halloween, but if any of us sat around and ate all of it, it would not be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we wouldn't feel good. You're absolutely right, Charlie. Absolutely. So thinking of other healthy choices, let's look at our other options for fun snacks. Maybe decorating our veggies into an owl. Now hummus, do we think that's hummus? What are we thinking?
That is actually like a vanilla chocolate pudding kind of thing. It's
okay.
Yeah.
I love the teeth on the apples. Are those marshmallows, do you think?
I think those are mini marshmallows.
I love that.
And then they make these candy eyeballs that are on the grapes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Really fun.
And then we've got our
pretty cool
scary skeleton. And then I actually made these last year. So these are hard-boiled eggs. And after you boil the eggs and they're hard-boiled, you take the back of a hard metal spoon and you whack it against the hard-boiled egg shell to crack it, or you can like bang it on a counter, and kind of get it so it's all cracked. And then you put it back in the water and you add a few drops of whatever food coloring you want. So purple, red, green, and then the colored water seeps under the shell, and it makes these spider web kind of designs. So then when you have to let it sit there for like an hour or two. And then you can even use like turmeric, and that would turn it yellow, orange.
Okay.
So if you didn't want to use, food coloring, and then you peel it off, and then you can make the spider from a black olive.
Olives. Okay. Oh, this looks fun.
There's our
orange,
spider,
right? And your spider, the orange and blueberries. Yep. Right.
Oh yeah.
I think that's amazing.
Mummy hot dogs.
Amazing.
So it's just from crescent rolls.
Crescent rolls around
wrapped around, and there's like a taco dip with a spider web. So to make that spider web, you basically just take the dots and like you take a toothpick and you just kind of spread it out. That's how you kind of make that design.
That's pretty cool.
So you make rings. Like it's like I think it's ketchup with mustard. So you would just like make circular rings with your yellow mustard, and then just start in the middle with a toothpick and fan it out, and it makes the line.
Perfect.
So
Perfect. This one I like too.
Oh yeah.
Super fun and easy. These are just all easy things to do to make it a fun night. And then here we are with
Oh, I
our
like that
oranges
picture.
again.
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Grapes and blueberries and strawberries and oranges. Oh yeah,
And then we have
white
some
chocolate dip
chocolate covered.
and orange frosted strawberries. Is that? Yeah.
It looks like it, and
Yeah.
I think that really fun.
Oh, this is our zoodle. Our zoodle face.
I love
Zucchini noodles.
Yeah,
Yep.
super fun, awesome.
Nice.
And the biggest thing is, have fun. Type 1 diabetes doesn't stop us from having a fantastic Halloween. So just really planning, just like everything else we have, monitoring glucose values, having stuff with you, just to be on the safe side. But have a blast.
Yeah.
And honestly, share your pictures because we love to see Halloween costumes. Love, love, love.
All right, so we're gonna check out our chili. I think it's done.
Sounds good.
So super hot. Okay. And so when you give it a stir, it's not as liquidy,
Definitely
right?
thicker. You see that?
right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely thicker.
Yep. And you can just find the bay leaf.
Oh,
Just find the bay leaf. Kind of good luck.
Wow. Where did it go? Playing hide and seek here.
Sometimes you don't find it until you're serving it.
Until you eat it, bite into it, almost bite into it.
That's okay. Do you guys want to try?
I would love some.
All right.
Please.
Okay.
Charlie, gonna scoop some in for me? Maybe when you scoop it in, you'll find it for me.
I'm gonna give a little
I keep
scoop.
on seeing like green thing.
I know, you'll just have to, we'll just try a tiny bit. It's very, very hot. It's your bowl, Charlie. That. Okay.
Let it cool off a little
Yep.
bit, bud.
Yep.
Thank you.
Blow on it. All right, you gotta come on the screen and stand next to the witches.
That's right. I guess it's toasty.
All right, yep. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yum.
Really good. Wow. Nice
Yep.
job, Charlie.
Yep,
This is awesome.
awesome.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
This is really cool.
And it has a little bit of a spicy zip
It
to it.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
it's the chili powder.
I love it. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what it is. Oh,
Yep. And then we've got our veggie cups and our oranges. So cute.
I love
these. They're
so
so
fun.
cute.
So
So-
fun and so easy.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you all for
Alright.
coming. It's a little earlier than we thought, but it's perfect. We got some quick, easy recipes for you guys. And hopefully we'll see you soon.
All right.
Happy Halloween.